peeps, how we doing? Hope all is well with you on today. Today is January 4th, 2018. This is the Roland Martin Unfiltered Podcast. As you see, I am wearing my Justice League New York City hoodie. It came in last night. Whoa. So you need this overhang in New York today because of that blizzard. So Carmen Perez hit me up before Christmas. She said, hey, we got a gift for you. I was going to wear my Houston Astros World Series World Champions shirt, but since the Justice League of New York just sent me this, I said I'll go ahead and wear this in today's live stream as well as podcast. And so that's what's up. So that's what's happened. So here's the deal. We're live streaming right now on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, and also I got Instagram going as well. And of course, it'll be available for download on iTunes, Google Play, and then I'm gonna restream this at 7 p.m. And so that's the case. So a lot of things going on. Let me first deal with my first topic today. Is the sale of Essence Communications to Essence Ventures. Of course, it was bought by Richelieu Dennis, a brother, of course, from Liberia, who founded Shea Moisture. Now, you might remember we had him on News One Now when they had the whole controversy over an ad that Shea Moisture did, and so he was some of that conversation. I'm doing this, so some of y'all might like, who's his brother? I ain't never heard of him, but gives you an opportunity to actually see who he is. And so let me go ahead and just show y'all some of that. I had some other sisters who posted a second ad that you guys also released. Take a look.
I got my hair chemically straightened when I was 6 years old. It was kind of an indirect way of saying that me showing up the way that I am is not okay.
So Richelieu, looking at two different ads and then looking at the nuance in this conversation, it really is interesting and intriguing to see how this thing just took off, and it probably had to catch you guys off guard.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a very culturally important conversation, and natural hair and black women in hair is a very important part of our culture and expression of self. And so All right, folks, and so that's who he is. You saw what he looks like. Good brother. He recently sold the company to Unilever. Okay, and of course, he then buys Essence Ventures. So let me break some of this down for some people, because how can I put this? There are some moments where some black folks will drive me crazy. And this is one of those moments. So I saw some people who were tweeting, who were mad and upset. His brother, he sold his company. Let me provide you with some historical context. When Ed Lewis sold 49% of Essence Communications to Time Inc. He did that to see how they would work out, how things would go. Then they sold the remaining 51% to Time Inc. because Ed Lewis said he wanted to ensure the future success of the company. Black people were mad. Black people were upset. But Ed Lewis said, I need to ensure
that the magazine will continue to live and would be with a magazine company. Other people were really angry and mad. They were upset. But here's why, and I get it. I get why black people were reacting emotionally to the sale of Essence no longer being black owned. But I need to remind those people that not a single one of them ever paid one of the bills of Essence magazine. Oh yeah, I know people say, I'm a subscriber. You're right. But you were getting 12 issues of Essence magazine for $15. That wasn't paying for the magazine. It's not. Advertising pays for the magazine. It's simple as that. And so, not a single one of these people who were complaining ever paid any of their bills. They didn't sit here and miss payroll. They didn't give up their health care or other things to keep the magazine afloat. So it's a little hard for me to listen to folks who never run a business get mad when somebody sells. Here's what people didn't realize. If you read Ed Lewis's book about Essence, you would have realized that Ebony Magazine made more money from the sale of Essence than he did. Do you know why? Because according to his book, years ago, Johnny Johnson tried to buy up the different shares of Essence magazine, and then they put in a poison pill and stopped him. So Ebony Magazine, Johnson Publishing Company, was a huge beneficiary of the sale of Essence magazine to Time Inc. So he sells it to Time Inc., and he did so because thinking that, well, Time Inc., they can leverage their other magazines to drive more advertising revenue to Essence magazine. That's what Ed Lewis said. Well, the magazine game has now changed. The internet has changed the game. And so as a result, the magazine industry is not as profitable as it used to be. So what has changed? Well, Essence magazine, and this is just a fact, Essence magazine makes more money off of the Essence Music Festival than they do the magazine. I need y'all to hear me. They make more money from Essence Music Festival than they do all the advertising in the magazine. We call that non-traditional revenue. So what did Essence do? Well, in the last couple of years, they created the Essence Music Festival South Africa. Yep, they've had it there. So what is Dennis doing? So I need y'all to really listen to this. Dennis sells Shea Moisture. And with the proceeds of Shea Moisture that he got from that, he's able to turn around and buy this historic black magazine that's really now a branding company. And we mad? So let me ask you a question. If Dennis doesn't sell Shea Moisture, how does he get the money to go buy Essence? Now I get it. We want African Americans to be owning African American healthcare companies. I totally get it. But that's not business. It's not business. When Bob Johnson and Sheila Johnson sold BET, they got $3.3 billion for the company. John Malone got significant share. They got the rest. with the proceeds from the sale of BET, Sheila Johnson, Bob Johnson, now divorced. He bought the Charlotte Hornets. He owns a hotel company with assets, I think, of $2 billion. Automotive company. He owns Urban Movie Channel. Sheila Johnson owns hotels, Salamander Resort in Middleburg, Virginia. She's opened a new hotel in New Orleans. It's going to open one in Charleston, South Carolina. Has the resort down in Innisbrook near Tampa. She's made other investments. I mean, I can go down the line. So with the sale of BET, they've been able to expand business. So we're mad. We're upset. That makes no sense to me. It just, it defies logic. So we have to understand that people are going to start businesses to sell them because they're the ones who are working the business. And so this brother has a plan, and here's the other deal. He has provided equity in Essence Ventures to its all-black female leadership team. Are y'all hearing me? That means all those sisters, Michelle E. Banks, Vanessa DeLuca, down the line, all those sisters who before, why didn't y'all listen to me? All those sisters who before didn't have equity in Essence, meaning they got a paycheck. They now have equity in a magazine for black women, meaning they now have ownership. So this brother creates a company, buys Essence Communications. It's called Essence Ventures. Provides equity / ownership to this all-black female executive team. And some folks mad. That makes no sense. This is why we have to stop being emotional about business. And here's the thing. He's still president and CEO of Shea Moisture, which he sold. Which means he can drive advertising and other things to Essence because Now, somebody over here just said, Roland, I disagree. Media is more important to culture than hotel and basketball teams. Really? Really? Brother, here's what you don't realize. The brother who just made that point. You concentrating on what it means to culture. Do you now realize that Bob Johnson and Sheila Johnson employ more black people today with all of the companies they own than who they employed at BET? I'll wait. Let me say it again. They employ more black people today than they did when they owned BET. let me help. You know what, brother? Let me help you out even further. You don't even realize that BT was private. Then became a publicly traded company. Bob Johnson felt Wall Street was not valuing BET, so he took it back private. You don't even realize the black millionaires who were created by virtue of BET. I'm just trying to help you out. And those same black people took the money they made from BET and have been able to open other businesses. See, so while you focused on the culture, which I totally understand, being somebody in media, we can't have both ways. We can't try to talk about a culture conversation, economic conversation, a jobs conversation, a wealth creation conversation. We can't. So we should be applauding what this brother has done by acquiring Essence Communications, because now his whole deal is, how do we now take this thing even bigger? Let me. You read the press release, and they're talking about what they're looking to do digital. The brothers from Liberia, him and his mama started Shea Moisture. Essence now has a music festival in South Africa. I guarantee you this brother is thinking, with 2/3 of the world being people of color, how can Essence now be an international brand? How can Essence now be a major player and now taking the Essence brand to other African nations? Bro, you got the thing way bigger. This is what I'm trying to tell you, why we need to sometimes step back and chill out with how we assess these deals and stop looking at them from a selfish standpoint. A selfish standpoint. Okay. Now, let me address. We'll go to my second topic. So let me address all this back and forth between Dr. Umar Johnson, Tariq, Nasheed, and Boyce Watkins. Here's what I originally was going to do. Originally, I was going to do this live stream and literally sit here and read a book and then say at the end, well, that's all that needs to be said about that. Because it really has no impact on my life. None. This back and forth between Tariq, Umar, and Boyce, no impact. Has no relevance on my life at all. In fact, I would rather just go to sleep. Just do that. I'd rather just go to sleep. But I opted not to do that. So let me start. So I don't have any dealings with any of the three of them. I don't. Used to deal with Boyce a lot. 2012, when Glad came after me with my Super Bowl tweets, he wrote a column. I disagreed with it. I said, brother, how you know me? You could have picked the phone up. I could have gave you the backstory. And then he was like, oh, yeah, I understand. He said, you right. So next time I do something, I'll hit you first. And then 2 days later, he wrote a column again, and he made a comment about my wife that pissed me off. And then after that, I was like, I'm done. I mean, that's just how I roll. I'm done. I've seen them. Yo, what's up? I keep it moving. I mean, when you show your character to me, I'm good. Tariq Nasheed, I had him on the show with one of his hidden colors. Then I think he had gone on one of the cable networks, and he had trashed Yodita Welde, an attorney out of Dallas who I know, a good sister, called her a bed wench, all kind of stuff, and I defended her. So then he started attacking me and kept going. So I was like, done. You know, done. I mean, if I don't entertain toxic people. At Umar Johnson, our show, three or four times. Last time he came on, folks were like, "Oh my God, you know, I got ambushed." He didn't get ambushed. I said what I was gonna ask him. I said it in the promo. People didn't like the panel and the response to him. Okay, but he was on previous times with the panel. Folks sitting here, you coon, all these different words. Tariq's people do the same thing. And see, so I could have easily avoided this conversation. Because I know Tariq's people are going to do what they do. Boyce people are going to do what they do. Umar Johnson people are going to do what they do. And so they probably try to fill up my Instagram feed and my Facebook feed and my Twitter feed. But somebody needs to say this. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. The back and forth between Umar Johnson, Tariq Nasheed, and Boyce Watkins has absolutely no relevance to black people at all. It's all ego-driven. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. If you're on Umar and you don't like Tariq, fine. Don't work with him. Don't talk about him. Keep it moving. If you Tariq and you don't like Umar, don't talk about him. It's toxic. Keep moving. Do you. If you Boyce, stop making videos, talking about Umar, or weighing in on this and that. Just do you. Do y'all realize how many people literally have wasted time going back and forth on this thing between them? And if you actually sit down and say, how does any of this edify black people? Does it? Does it? I clicked on some of the videos and the cussing and the nastiness and you fat this and you nasty and you did. Really? Really? Out of all the stuff that's going on, out of all the miseducation of numerous Negroes, what's happening politically, what's happening with voter suppression, what's happening economically. You take all these things, how much is that really worth? Nothing. Has no bearing. Has no relevance. I made you because I was in your movie. That's ego. Whatever. I don't understand it. So here's my deal. Y'all, stop getting caught up in other people's stuff. Let them go off. And I'll say this to all three of them. Move the hell on. Move on. Stop the childishness. Stop the videos. Stop the posts. Stop sitting here threatening, man, let's fight. Let's get in the boxing ring. Come on, man. You're supposed to be three grown black men. Supposed to be three grown black conscious men. And reduce to essentially the social media version of Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta, New York, and Real Housewives? That's what this is. 40 and 45 minutes of that. And let me be clear. And if you're a follower of them and you revel in all of that, you know what that means? You like messy. You like mess. And it's mess. When Tariq's people try to come at me, I know all the language. Mute. Mute. When they come on my Instagram page and my Facebook page and my YouTube channel, coon this, coon that, block, delete. Umar's people, same way. You coon, delete, block. F you this, you this, mute, block. No relevance to me. I'm not going to engage in this back and forth because it does nothing. See, I could have easily avoided this conversation. I could have easily just said, you know what, I ain't gonna say nothing. Man, my name Bennett ain't in it. I said, you know what? No. Another black man needed to say it. Another black man needed to say to 3 other black men, can y'all cut this nonsense out? It does nothing for black people. It does nothing for consciousness. It does nothing for advancement. All it does is reduce people to silliness. And that's what it is. If you want to go make movies, Tariq, without Umar, do you? Go right ahead. Umar, if you want to go speak somewhere or keep raising money to open a school, man, just go. Just go. Boyce, if you want to do whatever you do with your website, go ahead and do it. But seriously, the name calling and the trashing, all that sort of stuff, is just a bore. And all it does is take up precious space in the minds of many people. And what it does is it allows messy people to revel in more of the messiness. Again, and guess what? And if that means, oh man, I got more people who click that YouTube channel, whatever. Whatever. If this thing was all about that, if this thing was all about, you know, Instagram followers and stuff like that, congratulations. Congratulations. Way to go. Way to go. But it means nothing. All I heard was a bunch of name calling, trash talking, just mess. And 3 grown black educated men should not be behaving like that. If somebody don't like you, whatever, they don't like you. It don't even matter. Just focus on what you're doing. That's what I'm doing. I don't care what my critics say. I don't. All these people, oh yeah, this is why your show got canceled. No, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I heard directly from the CEO why the show got canceled. And I'm meeting with them to figure out what we're going to be doing in 2018. I'm working on other plans. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm focused on. Period. Not haters, not anything else. Don't care. Don't care. It means nothing to me. Nothing to me. Last thing, Donald Trump has gotten rid of his fraudulent voter fraud commission dealing with election integrity. It was a joke. Shout out to the Lawyers Committee and Kristen Clark, to NAACP Legal Defense Fund and Sherrilyn Ifill. Their lawsuits did a great job on holding them accountable. Trump, of course, is back to trumpeting voter ID. Again, Republicans are all about voter suppression. See, these are things that matter. And so I'm trying to get some stuff up and explain, trying to get some stuff up that I'm working on. And hopefully we'll be talking with Kristen Clark real soon about this and what it means. So we're working on those things right now. So again, great job to them. So that's it, folks. I gotta go. I got some other work to do. I've got some business meetings I'm working on. And you can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at Roland S. Martin. You can also go to my digital website, allthat.tv, for some great content. Don't forget. You can also catch me on this audio podcast. You can download this by going to Google Play or going to iTunes. And, of course, don't forget as well, you can check the replay of this on YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook. And I'll restream this at 7 o'clock as well. All right, folks, y'all have a great day. And do me a favor. Focus on stuff that matters. If there's something you can do in 2018, don't waste your time with toxic conversations and toxic people. If people want to get involved in that stuff, knock them out. Tell them, hey, congratulations. Don't waste your time getting involved in that, because it doesn't do any of us any good. None of us. So that's what the focus should be. Our focus should be on things that edify us, that improve us, that make us better. Not stuff that's messy and toxic. Okay? So I got to go. Holler at y'all later. Deuces.